Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm excited to show you the latest versions of my stats tracker. I know a lot of you have been asking for an Excel version. Guess what? It's finally here. In this tutorial, we'll walk through how to set up the trackers so you can start using the templates right away. First of all, let's talk about the major update from the previous version. It's actually not so obvious from this face, but I did actually do a major update on the architecture on the backend. This is because many of you asked to keep multiple years in one file, and previously it is impossible unless you create a new file. So I know you don't like to get too many files in your laptop and in your Google Drive. So now with the new updates, it's as easy as duplicating the tab to have multiple years in one. You can have as many years as you want in one file. How cool is that, right? Similarly, you can also have your multiple businesses data all tracked under one file. So use it however you would like it to be, and I hope the new update is useful for you. Additionally, we are also expanding the licensing options. Previously, the template was only available for personal use, but now you can also purchase a commercial license to use it for your company or clients. Note that there's no reselling or repurpose for further selling is allowed. Plus, with the commercial license, you also have the ability to edit the logo in the Excel version, which is perfect for branding purposes if you need that. For more details on the commercial license, please do check out the link in the description. It'll be in our new website. Also, in this release, we are providing 3 types of data tracking: monthly, weekly, or the bundle, which includes the monthly and the weekly. First thing first, before you start filling in your data, please make sure that you configure the start date first. It's easy to shift the data later on if you set it wrong at first, but you probably won't like doing the tedious job later on copy-pasting the data. So I recommend that we set it right for the first time so we don't have to do the fix later on. For the tutorial, I'm going to use the Excel version and the one that contains monthly and the weekly, which is the bundle version. Please do take note that if you're purchasing the weekly version, you're going to get the weekly ones only, which is this tab. If you're purchasing the monthly one, you're going to get only the monthly tab. If you're getting the bundle, you'll get both. Now let's get started. Let's start with the weekly ones. For the weekly tracker, we're going to set the start year and month. To do that, you can just key in the year number, for example, 2025, and key in the week number, for example, week 1. Now, once entered, the dates header would be populated and updated based on the inputs. You can move on to enter the end year and week number. The maximum week number we have is 53 because we are using ISO year week system. So the most you can have is 53. Sometimes we do have 52. For example, for this year, we have 52 weeks. If you enter 53, because there's no week 53 this year, it will show the week 1 in the next year. So we want to make sure that we put in 52 here for this year. Now you can decide your start date, whether you want to start on Monday or you want to start on Sunday. Now, once you have done that, you may have noticed there's this line underneath the year week header. That's the start date of the week. I'm adding that simply because I'm someone who is really bad with dates and I don't want to be checking which week I'm at, etc. So I added that for reference. If you don't need them, just right click and remove the row. Now, another changes that you can make is the year week format. For example, you can change it to have the year number in front or the one with the dash. But I prefer to just keep it clean as this one. Now, we are done with setting up the weekly tracker. Let's move on to the monthly tracker. To do that, let's key in the start year and month, which is 2025. And we're going to start from month January, which is number 1. Please only key in the number for the month and not the name of the month. For the end year, key in the same year, which is 2025, and enter the month 12. Once that's done, you can see the month header being populated from January up to December 2025. Similarly, you can also change the year-month format from this drop-down easily. Now, once your dates are set, it's time to fill in your data. It's super easy. You just need to enter the data for the KPI that you want to track. For example, for the number of articles published, simply key in the number for January and key in the number for February. The growth rates would be automatically calculated. If you are using the monthly tracker, this growth rate here is your month-over-month percentage change. If you are using the weekly tracker, this growth rate here would be your week-over-week changes. For both of our trackers, we use similar layout, so you would get the hang of it pretty quick. Another question that I get asked a lot is, why is the growth rate not populating? For this, I need to explain how the growth rate percentage is calculated. We always calculate the percentage change of the period that you selected as current. For the monthly tracker, it's the current month. For the weekly tracker, it's the current week. So we always compare the current period versus the period prior to that selected current. So if you didn't change the drop down here, by default, it will always take the current period that you are in. So as we progress, it will automatically update it. But if you change this drop down, for example, you change it to January, now it will calculate the growth rates from February to March, because it will always take the current that you have selected and compare it with the previous period. Another possible reasons that your growth rate isn't populating is that you are selecting the very first month in this tracker, which means there's no date for us to compare the previous period with, which is why it isn't populating anything. Also, if you're entering 0 for the previous month, then it won't populate the number for you as well. Now that you understand how to use the template, let's go ahead and fill in more data. Now, as we fill in the data, you'll see the beautiful trend line being populated on the left, which shows your growth over time visually. So it's easier for your eyes to see the trend over time. You can also add your commentary under the remarks, and you can use this file as your presentation slides for your clients and your team as is. Otherwise, you can simply screenshot, paste it over to your slideshow or client report for further presentation. So that wraps up today's video. In the next one, we'll go a bit more detail on how you can customize. I decided to make that a separate video just because we have Google Sheets and Excel, and the steps is going to be a little bit different, or the UI is going to be a bit different. So I think it would be best to keep them separate so we can cater for you guys more. So with that, if you like this video and if you like our product, please do give a thumbs up. Any features that you think we should add it in, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments below, and we value your feedback very much. Thank you for your purchase, and I look forward to share many more tutorials and creations in spreadsheets in this channel with you in the near future. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.